Okay.
Okay. Then if someone wants to come
Somebody
in
said
later,
this
they can
meeting
listen
is
to
being
us.
recorded again.
Yep.
Yeah, we record it so that if anybody wants to listen to it again later, like if Roger wants to double check for his meeting minutes, he can go back and see what was said.
And I always send it out to.
Yeah, she interrupted. She was like, "This meeting is being recorded."
You get a little sign on your computer or your phone maybe that says that it's being recorded, and it might prompt you to do something, like hit a key or. But so why don't we go ahead?
There's a button that says "Got it." So if you click, you have to click on the "Got it" button.
Yeah.
I don't have a got it button.
What about a dial-up phone? What happens on a dial-up phone when it goes to record? Anybody know?
Nope.
No, never heard of it.
Well, I guess we won't worry about it too much. So let's go ahead and get started. So I asked either Art or David to start us off with a prayer, and of course, not very long ahead of time. So would either of them like to do that?
Hey, Roger, before we jump into that, can we ask for prayer requests?
Sure.
Does anybody have any concerns or happy things they'd like to share?
I have a friend who's in Uniontown, California. She's battling with cancer right now, and I believe she's supposed to be in hospice, and she's very, very sick. So I just need y'all to say a prayer for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have another?
Judy?
I have a prayer request for my friend Ursula Allen. She lost her mother, and they having a burial today.
Amen. Wow.
Wow.
I have a prayer request that God watches over my daughter as she's in college. Everything is okay. I just want him to continue to watch over her. It's Angela.
And this is Rosemary, and I wanted to offer up Will Chesnick. He was one of our helpers up at summer camp. His dad just passed away, and they had the funeral this past Tuesday at 100 years old.
Wow.
Wow. What was his name?
Will Chesnick.
My name is Henrietta. I'm just asking for prayer to keep me guiding, to keep me strong, and keep me in God's will.
Okay.
Any others? Okay. Now, who won the coin toss? Art or Dave?
Art.
Okay.
I didn't know about it.
Whenever you're. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get one more person in here so they don't interrupt the middle. All right. 810-982. Who we got?
Wayne.
All right.
Can
You guys hear Don and Judy yet?
Yep. We can hear you.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah. You can hear us, Don
I
and
hear Judy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good.
I hear
Don
Judy.
had-
Yep.
Don had the phone on mute. It wasn't.
Oh, goodness.
Don's fault.
That's
I
what
would
we figured.
like to have when you get a chance, I'd like to put a prayer in too.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. It's I want a praise report because Don was in the hospital 2 weekends ago, and he's okay, but he just was really disoriented, and they said his sodium was really low, but he's okay now. But I just wanted to thank God that he's okay because he's 80 years old.
Yeah.
Wow. Whoa. I hope to make it there.
Yeah, he's still going good, real good. He's diabetic, but he's still doing well. So, thank you, you guys.
Good.
God is
Excellent.
good.
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, David, I think you have the floor.
I'll go ahead and pray if that's all right with Lion Art. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you that we can gather here today, and for everyone in this community, thank you for technology and that we can gather from all over the state and other states. And I pray that you would be with all the prayer requests that were mentioned, Lord, and continue to give each of us good health, and pray that you would be with us as we are headed into a Thanksgiving holiday. And I pray that you would be with our winter camp chat today with Kathy and Roger, and that we would have a good rest of the day. In your name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
So Roger, what's first on the agenda?
Well, I'm interested in, I know that a few people have mentioned getting their winter camp applications in the mail.
Yep.
So I'm
Yeah, I
just
got mine a
wondering,
couple days ago.
wondering who hasn't gotten one?
I don't think.
This is-
Henrietta hasn't got it. Did I? Huh?
This is
I
Rosemary. I
never
have
had
not
hers
received
yet.
mine yet.
Henrietta, did I get mine yet?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
All right.
We'll
Might
know
come
this
in today's
evening.
I
mail.
don't think
It
I got-
hasn't come yet.
That brown envelope.
Yeah, I don't think I got it.
Roger, what
Yes.
color did you send it out in? What envelope?
Well, it's a white envelope.
Yeah, it's just a legal size envelope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me
Yeah,
look
because
at
that
It's got a big sticker on the front that says Winter Camp for the Blind.
Okay.
It should have another one up in the
Okay.
corner, too.
And it should come by,
This is Linda. I do have mine. As a matter of fact, I just mailed it yesterday.
oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Is it a big envelope? 'Cause I got a big envelope.
No, it's not a big envelope.
It's
a
a legal size.
it's a legal envelope, like a long envelope.
A business size envelope.
Like you
Looks
get
like-
something in
put all your
the,
bills and everything in.
a bill or something.
Yep.
Right.
There's two stickers on it. There's two stickers on it.
Yeah, there's-
Okay, because I got one with the you know, with that metal thing that you could lock the letter in there with. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You
well,
pull
I
it.
didn't. Okay, so that wasn't one I sent like that, like a big, like a manila, like a yellow envelope
Yeah,
with the.
yeah.
No, I didn't send that. I did send one of those to Carrie Carrie Bradley, because she had asked for multiple applications to hand out to people. So I did send one to her like that. But everybody else just got a regular envelope. So, well,
And no stamp on it. No stamp on it.
not a stamp.
It says free matter for the blind.
It's a sticker that
Oh,
says
just
free
two have
matter
stamp.
for the blind.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, there's a thing in the
Okay.
left right-hand corner, yeah.
So I'm interested
I just-
because I've had mixed reviews on that, and some people will say that it'll never get mailed, and other people, and when I've done it recently in terms of this last year, people got their stuff like within a week. So
Oh, okay.
probably like any other mail, it's like various post offices do different things, or
They're slow, too.
be patient. And I
I
did.
think-
If
This
any
is
of
Linda.
you,
I think I got. This is Linda. I think I received mine Wednesday or Thursday.
okay, all right,
Yeah.
same here.
I did, too.
Cynthia.
I got
Yeah, Roger, this is Rosemary, and I just checked my mail. I haven't gotten mine yet, but it'll come sooner or later.
Me neither.
Yeah,
Angela Harris, I don't think.
you got until January
Unless this is
16th.
in this big,
Rosemary, I just
yeah, unless this is in this, unless this is in this big envelope, this brown envelope, I don't think I got, I don't know, I have to check when my person comes to read my mail for me. This is Angela Harris.
Yeah, we know. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I just got in.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi,
Hey.
This is
Renee.
Renee.
Audio now unmuted.
Hello.
Hi,
We were
Renee.
just talking about whether everybody received their applications.
Then
Specifically, we're
I,
asking people to speak up if they have not received it.
I have not gotten mine.
And I haven't got mine.
Oh,
Me
Henrietta
neither.
and Angela.
And do you know yet till somebody reads your mail?
Audio.
Roger, this is Rosemary. At least I got the forms on the attachment that you sent with the email, so if it doesn't come, I can always, print those out and fill them out and mail them in.
That was sort of my backup, was to email. When I emailed out the invitation to the chat, I attached all the documents to the emails. So if you are able to get email and download attachments, those can be printed and filled out as well. But wait, hang on, and because when you get your other one, you'll have luggage tags that
Mm-hmm.
so but one of the things that I added this year, of course, we have the standard sheet from the Outdoor Education Center about how to pack, so that either don't bring bed bugs, not that any of you would, but so that you don't bring them in or you don't take them home. So that's in there. But I also did a little bit of research on the FlixBus.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And I put a schedule in the back that has the FlixBus coming from the Detroit area over to Battle Creek, as well as the Amtrak schedules, which haven't really changed. So the times and those sorts of things, and the numbers of the trains. So you won't have to necessarily look that up. So that's kind of that was one of the things I decided to do, because I didn't know that the FlixBus actually came from Detroit over to Battle Creek.
I didn't either.
It's about 39. It looks like it's about $40 each way, possibly.
Yeah,
30,
that's kind of
$40.
new.
That's $80.
Although we did have one of our campers from Detroit did take the FlixBus to Muskegon for our summer camp, and that worked out real well. So,
but it also looks like that the connections up to like up into the Port Huron area are not too bad. There are stations along the way where somebody could catch the train. I know that. I'm trying to think. The town that I was. I mean, I think, David, you bring the train, and you live up in Lake Orion, and
Yeah, I take it from
Ryan.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how far it is from your place to the train station, but
it's about 20 minutes or so.
right. And let's see, Renee, where do you live?
Sterling Heights.
Sterling Heights, because there's another person that we've come. I think Marissa. Rosemary, your friend Marissa, she's from Sterling Heights, I believe.
Come up here.
So
We've got a couple hands up.
Sorry, that was my target.
If this is a good break for that, Roger.
sure.
Andrea was first. Andrea, if you want to unmute and tell us what you got to say.
Yeah, the FlixBus, do they go to Lansing too? I went there from summer. I tried to use it for summer camp, and the address was wrong for the bus stop. It was supposed to be 941 Chester Road, and they changed it to 2925 Center Boulevard. Therefore, I missed the bus and had to have my mom and dad find me a ride to Muskegon, and it was just a messed up deal. And FlixBus wouldn't refund me, even though it was their fault on the address change, and customer service was terrible.
Really?
I mean, absolutely terrible. Like, there was no phone number, but it went through Greyhound because it was part of Greyhound, and I disputed the charge. The charge hasn't come back on my credit card, but anyhow, that was but the correct address was 2925 Center Boulevard, and I said, well, is it by a dentist office in Little Caesars? Because that's where the Chester Road was. And one customer service said yes. And then another customer service says, oh, no, you should have been behind Sam's Club at 2925 Center Boulevard. So
Wow.
yeah, it was like,
Wow.
and Tyrone Hamilton was looking for me on the bus because Tyrone Hamilton, he took it from Detroit. He was going to go to Muskegon that day. And, of course, he didn't pay attention to the address of where it was, because I asked him because he has headphones in or whatever. And we had transportation all arranged to pick us up in Muskegon. So my mom and dad, they were up at their cabin, and a friend of theirs, and actually a friend of mine that I went to school with, we ended up paying him to take me to camp. And mom and dad, I had a one-way ticket to a FlixBus that weekend because mom and dad was going to pick me up from camp that weekend. So that was in August. But that's cool. You got the FlixBus in there.
That's weird that they changed locations. I wonder
know.
if they sent you a notification and it went to your spam folder or something, or
They sent me an email saying that your trip has changed and it was a different bus number. But I should have asked my friend that helped me book the ticket is what I should have done. Because I called customer service the night before and they said, oh, the 941 Chester Road is the correct address. And is my friend that helped me book the trip, she went on the computer after this is all said and done, and it was the Center Boulevard address. And Greyhound and FlixBus just screwed over Mary. And Rosemary is like, it's not Greyhound. Well, FlixBus is like a contract through Greyhound. I found out. So it was just a messed up deal.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you, Andrea.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you give him a bad rating?
Yeah, I don't want to
I
go through
did.
that mess.
Try to, yeah. And yeah, I get emails from FlixBus all the time. And the thing of it is, my ticket said, my paper ticket that we printed out said Chester Road. But the app that I downloaded a couple days before, when you entered your booking number and email, it said East Lansing. You click on it, and it said it said Center Boulevard. they a couple weeks prior, but because I had Clinton Transit take me there, and the driver, he waited for like 30 minutes, and other drivers behind. He waited for me at the Center Boulevard, but the Chester Road, and he was really nice. And Clinton Transit was totally awesome. And the thing of it is, when you Google 941 Chester Road, there is a big sign that says bus there. It doesn't say Greyhound. It doesn't say FlixBus. It's like a Cata stop. I don't know.
it's weird. I'm on the FlixBus website right now trying to see if I can get a bus from Detroit to East Lansing, and it keeps coming up with Grand Ledge.
Oh,
This trip will be
Is it
operated.
the FlixBus or is it the FlexBus? FLIX or FLEX?
IX.
yes.
How close is Grand Ledge to Lansing?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Well,
It's weird.
We'll work it out.
Yeah.
We'll keep working on it for you, Andrea. You're kind of in a weird area there.
I know.
It is kind of, you're close to Lansing, but then, to get from there to Battle Creek to this area is a little bit difficult.
And mom and dad don't like me taking the buses anyway because of bad people and scary people and whatnot, and someone could mug you or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they.
This Henrietta, how much it costs for you to get from Detroit to Battle Creek?
I don't know.
I'd have to look at my. It seems like it was like $39.
I think you said.
Yeah,
43.
something like 40. Oh, yeah.
Is that a round trip or what?
So that's one way. I think.
One way.
Yeah.
All right, so it's really gonna be close to $80.
And I don't know what Amtrak might be cheaper actually.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
that's what most people were taking.
because
And then
it's-
how early do you have to get your ticket? If you want to,
you can get it now.
get it early.
Get it. You can get it any time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You can get it right now.
But you just you also need to make sure you also need to make sure that you get the discount for a disability.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what I did last year.
Yep.
Well, where you go to catch the FlixBus at? from Detroit?
We'd have to look that up.
The Detroit bus
When they look that up-
station is Howard Street.
Howard
Yeah,
Street?
right down. Yeah, right downtown.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Who is this talking?
Cynthia?
That's Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia.
Mhm.
Cynthia Cooper.
Hello. Yes.
So I don't know if Carrie's going to be talking to Reggie or anybody from the in the
Yes,
I'm
she-
sure they
she
are.
Is
those
talking,
guys.
she is talking to Reggie.
Okay. So let's see. Don's had his hand up for quite a while.
Yeah.
Let's
Want to
hear
no
from-
changes.
I just wondered, Roger, did you put Don's and my stuff in the same envelope?
No, you're getting separate envelopes.
Oh, because only one came, that's why I wondered. One of them must be held up a little bit.
It's interesting.
Okay. Yeah,
You know how the mail is. You know how the mail is.
For you.
Well, we had we had kind of not a bad experience, but we had an experience with our niece who is getting married in early December, and she said, "Well, aren't you coming to my wedding?" And we're like, "Well, we didn't get an invitation." So
Oh,
Wow.
that's
Wow.
not,
so I think we got one finally the other day, but I think she sent another one. So anyway, but we can't go. We can't go anyway, but
You got
Anyway,
two bucks.
a little bit of hardship because it's my my wife's niece's daughter, and so they're like, "Well, why aren't you coming?"
Great meat.
Where is it at?
Well, it's in Monticello, Indiana.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
We're going there the next weekend for it's a 4-hour trip one way, 3.5 hours, I guess, and we're going there the next weekend for a Christmas gathering. So
okay.
both of us have had our knee replaced. It's not real comfortable
Right.
riding a car for a long time. So
yeah,
Wow.
they should have just scheduled it for Christmas
how do you
weekend or
guys
something when
feel?
everybody was in town.
Right.
that would have been too easy.
How do you
I
guys
know.
feel?
So
Which
let's see.
Anthony do we have on the line today?
Anthony Ward.
Excellent. Thank you.
Hi, Anthony.
Yes.
Hello.
Hey,
Check in.
Anthony.
I was
Hey,
just
Anthony.
calling in
It's
to make
Andy.
sure
How you
my
doing?
application. I have a question. I was going over the application thing, and I have a service dog. Why does it matter to me that I have to bring central lease?
Sorry.
Why does it matter to me that I have to bring his general lease with him to wear? Because I have a service dog, and I was going through it. They said people with service dog had to bring their central lease. That's a training tool. That ain't something that you want your dog to always wear.
Well, that's a holdover from many years ago when I inherited this. So I don't even, I don't know that much about service dogs and those sorts of things. And so, I think I don't know exactly why they say that. Somebody with a dog, maybe Rosemary, maybe you could answer that question for us. Why we have that in the application? If we don't need it, should we take it out?
Is it we're requesting that you use a gentle leader? Is that what he was saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's really no reason for that. The only reason a person would use a gentle leader is to make sure dogs don't sniff at people or things like that.
Right.
Right. Basically, a training tool.
Well, it's also useful if if you're not always among large crowds of people. I mean, I have a gentle leader for my dog, but I don't use it unless I'm at like a convention or something where there's tons of people and I don't want him sniffing everybody we walk by, that kind of thing. The other thing is, I also think it's a carryover from years ago, because they don't do this anymore, where they had a muzzle. And you used to have to put a muzzle on your dog, like when you went on public transportation and stuff like that. They
Right.
don't do that anymore, but yeah.
And
I've
then
never
my
seen
service dog, I read-
that in the application that we had to have a gentle leader. I mean, I have it, but I don't use it.
Right. I don't
It's-
use mine. My dog don't respond to it 'cause never used it before, even in big crowds and stuff. So I just
Well,
want
mine has a tendency, my new dog, well, I've had him a few years now, but he has a tendency to sniff people all the time. And part of that is because when I got him in 2018, just before COVID hit. And so we didn't weren't exposed to a lot of people for quite a while, while they had all those restrictions and stuff. So he has a tendency to do that, but that's the only time that I use it is but I don't need it at camp, but like I said, it just depends where I'm at. And I think it
Exactly.
depends on your dog,
Right.
I think some of it
I
too
said
is
another thing about the service dog that since we get accommodated, why a dog can't get accommodated with a mat?
Say again, I'm sorry.
I was reading through it and they said that if you have a service dog, you have to bring his own bedding and stuff. Why is my dog being, I have to be responsible for my dog. If you accommodate me with no bedding, why my service dog can't be accommodated with a mat?
Well, I always bring a mat or a quilt or a blanket for my dog to lie on. I always do when I come to
Me
camp.
too.
I don't not do that.
We don't want your dog laying on a hard concrete floor or cold.
I know I'm not gonna let my dog, but what I was saying is when I read about the gentle leash and about if you have to have your own dog bedding when you bring him. I was just wondering why the Lions Club is a sponsor.
He's saying like if he got a bed, why the dog can't have a bed?
Yeah, I always bring my own dog bed with me because
Yeah.
I don't expect, because even when I go to summer camp, I always bring an old quilt with me that I give, that I lay
Right.
out for him because to me, that's my responsibility, because the camps aren't equipped, for that kind of thing. The only place I've ever been to where they provided a dog bed, which I thought was really interesting, was a couple of hotels that were pet friendly. And they
Right.
would provide a bed for your dog. But
Exactly.
even
I've been to
so,
motels.
but even so, when I go to hotels, I have a special blanket that I bring with me that I lay out on the carpet, and that's so he knows that's where he's supposed to lay and
Yeah, me too.
prevents the
Okay.
hair and stuff. So that's what I do with that.
Judy's got a comment. She tried chiming in, but her
Okay,
voice didn't
sorry.
carry through. Judy?
I wanted to say that in previous years when I've been to camp, and I've been going to that camp near 50 years, but anyway, there's been dog fights where some dogs aren't familiar with the other dogs, and that's part of the problem too.
Especially in a dining hall, I've seen that.
Yes.
Yep.
So nobody wants the dog to get hurt, So that's part of the gentle lead thing too, that dogs can't, attack each other.
Well,
And
with
even when they do the
with
pooey thing, sometimes I just
Well, Judy,
Mike,
even with a gentle leader, they could still bite. That doesn't
true.
prevent that.
Mike Smith's dog and my sister's dog got into it one time, and nobody got hurt or anything. But Mike had a gentle lead on. Well, I think Gene did too. A gentle lead on his dog, and they got apart pretty quickly. But
Yeah, the only thing that prevents that kind of thing would be, the muzzle, because like I said, they don't issue those any longer. But I have some from previous dogs that they've given us. So if I need one, I have one.
So I guess, Anthony, to answer your question, we do provide bedding for all the campers, but we have always asked that any camper that brings a dog, a service dog, needs to supply, like whatever, a blanket or something like that for them to lay on. So that's kind of been our standard practice for as long as I've been involved.
And I think some people just, maybe a dog isn't comfortable with just a bed blanket. They have to have their bed, or maybe somebody, maybe we just get billed for an extra person, for an extra bedding unit if we were to give it to the dog.
Yeah. I just didn't want to carry. That's all. I was just wondering. Less luggage is good.
I think if the dog's comfortable with just a blanket from a bed, we could probably find an extra one in the closet. What do you think, Roger?
Well, it depends on the weather. You know how last year was. We were searching for blankets everywhere.
Well, they finally turned the heat on. That first night, there was just no heat. But they finally closed all the cabin windows.
I'll bring a
turned the
blanket,
heat on
Anthony.
for the
Don't
second
worry.
night.
Anthony, I'll bring an extra blanket for you.
All right. Well, anyway,
There
I
we
was just
go.
making sure that I get my application sent in the mail. And one more question I had to ask. I write check. Is it a $5 fee if you write a check?
No.
No.
Well,
I must have misread that part.
So
Because they
so
said
here's
that
the
check
deal on
cover.
here's the deal on that. We we found out after the last call that we had, because I said that we were going to try to keep it at $45. We found out after that call that the price of food went up like 70% or something like that. I mean, it was just a huge cost increase. So we felt like we really needed to raise the price of the camp to 50. But what we are doing now also is accepting electronic payments. So if you wanted to pay by, I think we have Venmo and we have or
PayPal.
Zelle, Venmo, or PayPal.
Oh,
Those incur a charge. So we're asking for an extra $5 to make sure that we cover any charges that come back to us using an electronic.
And I'm just gonna get a check for the bank. Now, what do I fill the cashier check? What will it say? Winter camp, or how do I address it on the cashier check? I'm gonna just get a cashier check.
Okay, you can put. Well, I'm gonna say what this is, but I'll also tell you that people will also just put winter camp for the blind, but it should say District 11B1 treasurer with winter camp for the blind in the memo.
So it's called District
11B1.
11B1. It should be in the application too, in it. District 11B1.
It's all in there. All that information's in the application.
Okay, I'll just get a cashier check in it there. I'll make sure I get my application.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Okay, Janie, you got a question?
Okay. When he was talking about the the bedding for for the dog, I would think. Now this is what I'm thinking. Now, if the dog sleeps on a blanket or something at home, it would be best if he had something with his own scent on it, to bring with him, and that would make him feel, more comfortable.
Yeah. No, that don't matter about it. That don't.
No, I mean, but I'm saying if your dog sleep on a blanket at home, you
No.
know, that's,
Maybe
I
he
mean,
sleeps
but
in your
that's what
bed.
I'm
Who
saying.
knows?
But I mean,
These are
to me,
service dogs.
that-
They are trained. If I tell him sit and lay there, he gonna just lay there. Bottom line.
I mean, I was just saying as a suggestion, like.
That was a good suggestion.
That was a good
Cause, I mean, like he do. I mean, instead of he have something with his scent on it, so it will make him feel more comfortable. That's what I'm saying.
My dog has a blanket. My dog has an old dog bed that he's chewed up, and that's his security blanket. And he carries that thing around, and he sits on it, and he chews on it, and he carry it someplace else.
Right.
He loves it.
Something with his scent on it. Cause most dogs in strange places, they'll be like, I don't know. Well, they got feelings, they got personalities and carrying on. So, hey, they act like people.
Do you have a dog or a service dog or anything? Have you ever had a dog, pet, or anything? Okay.
I had I know.
But anyway, I gotta make some ends. I was just making my application sent out to me.
Okay, so you got yours then. Obviously, you got your application, right?
Yes, I was just making sure y'all sent me one out because I haven't been in a few years. I don't know if it took off the list or what.
Oh no, you're not off the list.
Okay.
We said you won every year.
Yeah.
Glad
Okay.
to have you back.
Family.
All righty.
Give you some hands. Okay, I'll see y'all next month, or I'll see y'all at winter camp.
All right, see ya.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye. Thanks for calling in.
Bye-bye.
We've had a couple people join us, so I'm gonna go through and run down the who's on. Just so everybody knows who's added and whatnot. So we currently have on Roger, Kathy, Art, Rosemarie, David Sterneman, Kristen Brown, Renee, Anthony, William Miller, Andrea Orway, Cynthia Cooper, Shirley, Sue, Janie, Henrietta, Angela, Shar, Muriel, Don and Judy, Cynthia again, Linda Brown, Gina, Wayne, Bill, and Carrie. There you go. Now we know who we're talking with.
Hi, Gina.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Gina.
Hi,
That's right.
Gina.
And Roger has to leave at 2:15.
Okay.
2:15, 2:30, but you can carry on without me, for sure.
I'm driving. I'm driving him.
I'm going to be in a Christmas parade tonight. We're
Driving them crazy.
Oh,
Lions Club is in the Battle Creek Christmas parade tonight, and so I'm driving the truck. We're pulling the Kid Site trailer, which is a big trailer that has a bunch of graphics, and we use it to test kids' eyes. Well, it's not necessary to have it.
oh, that's beautiful.
It's a kind of a nice trailer. It's a really cool trailer, so it looks good in a parade. So my wife and her friends are decorating it as we speak. So I appreciate that I was able to get the decorating part of this. So
Yeah.
They're doing one for
any more questions about winter camp? And thanks for the extras that have joined us in the last few minutes. Bill, we haven't
Andrea's back
for you for a little while. How are you doing? Bill Chapman.
Oh, I'm doing fine. Thank you. All right. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Bill.
Everything's going good. Hello.
And William
This is
Miller.
Angela.
How you doing, boy?
All right. How are you?
Great.
Good.
So
Hey,
we
Roger. What's next?
so any other questions about winter camp, like activities? We sort of have the usual things set up. We are looking at doing a couple of service projects. The Clear Lake Lions Club are, and everybody can participate in these things. We're looking at doing maybe a tie blanket project where you have some blankets and you cut the edges and then you tie the edges of them and makes a nice kind of a blanket to give to somebody. We hand them out a lot of times to the folks that we do Christmas baskets for. And then they give them to kids with cancer. So they have a lot of ways that they use these things. And also last year we did some beading. Kathy did some nice beading projects, BEAD. And
Is there another type of beating? Come here, let me flog you.
I thought he was beating.
No flogging at camp.
That's a T, not a B. I mean, not a D, right? Or is it a D, not a T?
It's a D, not a T.
Okay. I thought it was D.
It's like when we do the Kid Site eye screening.
Not ice cream?
We'll ask people if they want their eyes screened, and they'll say, "Yeah, I'd like some ice cream."
Ice cream. That's cute.
All right.
Yeah, that was funny.
So
were you able to connect Gina with Peggy to get the blanket thing going?
Is that?
Oh man.
I haven't yet. No. I wasn't sure.
I mean, I'm not sure. Gina,
I got some messages from you, and I wasn't sure who we were talking about. So maybe it was Peggy on the blankets, but
I think once the two of them connect, it should be done.
Yep.
Hey, Gina. Gina's on the line. She's just not answering. Gina.
That's all right.
What's with Amtrak? Is Amtrak going to be transporting people to and from this center? Is that I might have missed it.
Amtrak will come to Battle Creek, Bill, and then we'll pick you up in Battle Creek.
So we've talked about that already. Okay.
Well, we did not
Just
specifically.
before you came in.
Basically, everybody either needs to have private transportation to get here, or they need to get to Battle Creek, and then we'll pick you up in Battle Creek. So that's
and return back to Amtrak. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, if you have questions about winter camp, please let me know. And if you don't get your application, let me know within a week or so. Let me know, okay? Because I can get you another one pretty quickly. just want to make sure everybody gets them. The 16th is when we need to have them back. So we have time to plan the meals and the numbers and, all that sort of stuff. So 16th of January, that's when we need to have the application.
It's awfully late, isn't it?
That's about 2.5 weeks prior to, that's about when we normally do it.
Yeah, that's usually around that time.
We just need 2 weeks, to make sure.
Oh, I got it right here. Winter Camp for the Blind. I got it right here. The envelope. This envelope.
So
the camp needs-
final.
What's
camp
what
needs
the
about
date?
2
What
weeks.
date is it scheduled? What date is it? The end of the month, January 20th.
Sorry.
The date.
The date
The
of
date of
winter
the-
camp. The date of winter camp is February the 2nd through the 4th. So Friday 2nd, 4th is Sunday, and I think
You said the must return by date for applications is
16th.
okay, January 16. Preferably before that, but
Probably before, but there's a little bit of leeway in that. But we want to have a pretty good idea of how many people are coming by the 16th, by the end of that week. So
Carrie's had her hand up for a bit.
Gary has your hand up. Can you unmute?
Hello, everyone. Roger, Kathy. I would like to put on that I would like to do the Valentine's Day raffle again. And there's a lot of distortion in what I'm hearing because there's too many people that aren't muted.
There's a lot of people talking today.
Yes.
All right. So you want to do the Valentine's? What was the second word? Valentine's raffle. Okay.
Oh, and Marion.
And one other
Go ahead.
question.
Go ahead, Carrie.
Okay, last year I was not able to make it to making the what are they called? Not the bingo cards, the other one. What is it called? The one with the
Necklaces?
card faces.
The what? Bingo?
Playing cards. Playing
The
cards.
other card, the other game that's like bingo, but it has playing cards on it. Remember we were talking about doing that?
Keno.
Keno.
The
You gonna
Keno
be
cards.
It
the
turned
keynote
out
again this year?
it turned out that we didn't have the right supplies in order to do the brailing that we wanted to do. So we need to look at equipment if we're going to laminate. I have the laminate sheets and the cards, but we need an easy brailer. Not a brand name easy brailer. I just mean a brailer that's easy to use, that we can just punch out, the labels for the squares. Does anybody have a portable one that's easy to use?
All I have is an
No,
old
mine
Perkins
is
brailer.
difficult too, Kat.
Say that
Mine
again?
is difficult too.
Oh,
Mine
okay.
is difficult too. That round thing with the handle on it, it's difficult. And I
Oh,
don't
you
know
mean
how
the
a braille
ring.
writer would be able to do that either. So
Are you talking about a Dymo labeler?
I don't know
Yes.
what they are.
yes, that's
I
what
just
it's
know that
called.
Yeah, so it was a Dymo labeler we used last year that was too hard to use.
Yes, and I agree. I totally
Yeah.
agree.
because trying to do just 2 letters per sticker, and you'd have to like advance it and retract it, and
Yeah,
it was
I
like
have
it wanted to make like 2-inch stickers for everything, and we only needed a 1/2 inch, and
Yeah, you had to cut them and everything, yeah.
yeah, we had to cut them and then try and peel the back off of them, and oh my gosh, it was going to take like 1,000 hours.
And then those
Okay,
don't
what
stick
about
very
the
well
other
either.
laminated sheets that come with the little squares already cut? They're already on like a large sheet, and they're about a little bit smaller than a business card, and you put them in the braille writer and you braille them that way.
Oh.
You have one of those?
But you'd still have to cut them and you'd still have to paste them.
No, you don't.
They're already pre-cut. Yes, and you would probably only have to cut them in half.
Do you have one of those?
It's the sheets. You order the sheets.
Yeah, but you said you stick it in the braille writer.
Yes.
Do you have a braille
It's about
writer?
the size of an entire sheet of braille paper, and you roll it into the braille writer, and then the squares are like three to a line.
Carrie, I understand the paper side of it. Do you have the machine?
You
It's
use
two
a
parts.
regular braille
one is
writer
a
machine, and yes, I do have one.
Can you bring it to camp?
I will certainly do that for you, Kathy. No problem. Always
Or
willing to help.
if we get you a list ahead of time, can you prepare them? If you do the manual work while watching TV at night or whatever?
It's difficult because you have to know exactly what you're putting on each one. So I could just braille out like King of Diamonds or Queen of Diamonds and go down the list like that. And then you could stick it to the card if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm saying if you make up the labels first and then we stick them on at camp.
But if you had
Okay, I will look and see how much that paper costs and see if I can find it.
Okay, and I can make you a list. I can go through the cards and make you a list.
Okay, thank you, Kathy.
All right, let's work on that. So get a hold of me later.
All right, Janie.
Okay.
I want to ask a question. Okay, about the tie blanket. Is it for like a full size bed or twin bed or how?
They're usually twin. They're usually
Yeah, like a twin for like a kid. You can make
because
big
they're
ones.
made out of fleece.
Oh, you mean the blankets?
Yeah.
The lap blankets are supposed to be 1 yard by 1 yard, but different organizations request different sizes. So sometimes they'll go to the Mott's Childhood Cancer Center in Ann Arbor, and if they're for kids, maybe they don't need them as big. So there's different organizations, and on their website they'll tell you how big they want them to be, like adult lap blankets or kids preemie blankets, things like that. And so when I checked the other day for Michigan donor families, it had said, like 1 yard by 1 yard. So like, was it 3 yards by 3 yards? I don't remember. Anyway, but that's why I had recommended that Gina talk to Peggy, because Peggy in the Manchester Lions, who comes to winter camp every year, she organizes events. And so she always has everything, she buys it all the same every time. So I thought if she's the buyer for the supplies, then we don't have to worry about those details because she already has them.
Right. All the blankets would be there pre-cut and ready to go, I think.
Pre-cut? That's part of the volunteering is the cutting.
I know.
But for the campers, yes.
For the campers, yeah. For the campers, it would be pre-cut, unless we have people there that want to cut, So, let's go to Renee.
And hi, I was wondering if I want to invite my friend Autumn, who is blind. She helps me with my braille. And I told her what a great time I had last year. Do I connect her with you, Roger, to get an application, or
that'd be fine?
Is it too late?
No, not at all. Okay. Not at all. And the other option is that you could make copies. You could have someone make copies of the application you have. And then just send me her information, and I can send her some luggage tags.
Okay. She
That's
lives in Lansing.
Or if she can, I can also send it to her electronically, and she could download it and print it.
Does your friend do email?
What?
Does your friend do email?
Yes.
So if Roger sends it to her, can she print it out? Or is
Yeah,
it
I
better
can
for
do
him to
that.
mail her the paper?
I think mailing would be better.
Okay. Well, why don't you send me you have my email address?
No, I do not.
I'll
Yeah,
send you guys an email.
Yeah, but we've texted before though.
Yeah.
If you could text me her address,
Maybe
then
I don't have Renee's email.
Then I can send her her name and address and everything. I can send it to her directly. Okay.
Okay. Her name is Autumn Michaels.
Oh, I know Autumn.
Small world.
Well, I know her because she applied for a scholarship for the Lions of Michigan Foundation last year.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to remember if she won or not, but yeah, that's another thing. If you guys know students who are blind and going to college, there is a opportunity to get a $3,000 scholarship through the Lions of Michigan Foundation.
Yeah, I answered
Wow.
And so
Only if they're blind.
Blind visually, you have to be legally blind. Yeah.
Okay.
So they give 4 away. We're doing 4 scholarships now, and the deadline for that is December 30th. And if you know anybody that could use that, I could send it to them. I could send them a link to the application.
Oh. Well, I would like a link to that.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you.
Little public service announcement. Well, it usually goes out in our Lions magazine every this time of the year, and the application, and I guess they had a lot of stuff going on and they didn't even mention it. So
that's not good.
I just posted on the Lions Who Live in Michigan Facebook page the links.
I put it in our district newsletter for November.
Yes, I know. I asked you to do that, so I appreciate it. Okay. Any other questions about camp? Otherwise, we'll move on to a couple of other items that.
Oh, Janie had her hand up. Is that? Did Janie get to ask her question?
You had asked about the blanket sizes.
Yeah, I did. I was asking about the
Okay.
blanket. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Gina had sent a notification about a movie opportunity that's coming up in the Detroit area, and it's sponsored by Open Arms, which is a support group, and the movie is The Color Purple. And when I sent out the email today, as a reminder, I attached that and also the description. And Gina had said that Walida Benson was going to talk about it, but I don't see that she's on.
I guess you're talking about it.
Yeah, I guess I got to go find the information, which was on my. Let me see if I can minimize this and go to my email.
I've got it here.
Oh, there you go. You always do.
Wait, I just got to find the right email. There it is. Okay. It says, descriptive headsets will be available. The cinema has 200 available. Is anybody not familiar with what a descriptive headset does for a movie?
No.
You're not familiar?
Or actually, sorry, I meant to say yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
I've never used one that actually worked.
Oh, well.
I have, but I've had issues with.
Yes, I did.
200 available. If the one you get doesn't work, you try another one.
I've used them before at different theaters. It's been a while, but I seldom had any problem with them. So
I have, but they fixed it for me. It's just taking a little bit. And one movie I was at, it was just me and my sister in the movie, and so after they fixed it, they rewind the movie so I could hear the beginning.
wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the
See,
movie
I
that
always
they're-
end up I get it and then it doesn't work, and then at the end of the movie, my mom and I will go to one of the employees, and then I get free movie tickets.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I've done that a couple times, and
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple of times where they don't work, and then we have to go to one of the employees to get it working, and they eventually work. I'm
So
not sure
the-
what the issue is.
So the movie event that the Open Arms Support Group and the Active Blind Community are hosting is The Color Purple. And it will be on December 27th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. The movie will end sooner, but this gives people a time to give to their travel, their pickup person. It says if you're traveling by paratransit, it gives them ample time. So plan on 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. if you're going to the movie. It is at the Bel Air Luxury Cinema located at 10100 East 8 Mile Road, Detroit. Man, you can see why my cat was sneezing earlier. There's dust in the air.
Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you.
Sorry. I think my roommate's doing something. It's putting toxic fumes in the house.
Would you give the name and the address again, please?
Yeah. Bel Air Luxury Cinema.
Oh, Bel Air, right?
Bel Air.
Oh, Bel
Like
Air.
that
Okay.
place in California.
Okay, Bel Air
Will
Luxury.
Smith.
Excuse me, Kathy. This is Carrie. The NFB had sponsored a movie fundraiser, and it was at the same place. I will just tell you guys, the seats are reclining chairs. They're wonderful and comfortable. The headsets were wonderful. I did not like the movie at all, but because of the descriptive video, I knew everything that was going on. I knew when the bombs burst, when the people got shot, who was talking, where they were. The description for the movie was excellent. Even if you don't like the movie, you love the descriptive part of it. It's wonderful, wonderful. And you get popcorn and a pop with your ticket, if I'm not mistaken. So the experience will be great. Whether or not you like the movie, it doesn't even matter. So I would tell to encourage everybody to try to go if you can, because them descriptive head videos and those recliner seats were great, and the people were nice too.
So
Okay,
yeah,
again, the address again is 10100 East 8 Mile.
Yes, Road, Detroit.
Okay. All right.
And for your $15 admission, you do get pop and popcorn along with your descriptive headset and apparently a comfy chair.
And they want everybody to wear purple.
Yes.
What?
Because so I don't know if you guys are familiar with The Color Purple. The movie with Oprah Winfrey. I'm assuming there's only one Color Purple.
No, I'm not.
So I watched
All I
that a
can
long
say
time
is
ago.
it starts out nasty.
This one this year
Yeah.
is featuring Fantasia. Fantasia.
Right,
is
it's the
gonna
new
be in the
version.
one. It's
the new version movie.
Good, just leave the nasty part out.
Movie Color Purple.
There's a new
New version of The Color Purple?
I don't know. That's what they just said.
Yeah, it's a newer one.
All I see is 1985.
No, but yeah, this one, I guess this one's just coming out. And what's her name? Fantasia's supposed to be.
Oh, here's one, 2023.
That's it.
Okay, so they're doing the new version. Oh, I don't want to watch commercials. I just want to read. All right. A decades spanning tale of love and resilience and of one woman's journey to independence. Celie faces many hardships in her life, but ultimately finds extraordinary strength and hope in the unbreakable bonds of sisterhood. Well, one thing that really kind of traumatized me as a kid when I watched the original was the rape scene. So maybe they'll make this one without the rape scene or something. Who knows? Maybe they'll still do it. It just won't be as traumatic. Yeah. So anyway.
Right. So that's happening. When is it? What's the date on that again?
That is December 27.
2 days after Christmas.
After Christmas. Okay. All right.
Payments are exact cash or Cash App by December 20. So you have to reserve your seat by December 20 by calling Willetta or Gina.
All right. One thing about entertainment, we are having Bobby Holly is coming back again for to entertain us on Friday night at winter camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
everybody seemed to be pretty enthused about him, and so the nice thing about having him is that we do give him a donation, and he uses that to buy like hats and gloves for kids or bicycles in the summer. So he's a really good guy and really loves kids and does a lot for the community in that way. So it's a double win. It's a win for him and it's a win for us because he's a great entertainer. Okay, Andrea's got her hand up.
Yeah, what are the descriptive headsets? Are those like that you get at the theater and it describes what's going on in the movie?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
had
used to it.
I went to see this past summer. I went to see Sound of Freedom, and that's kind of a traumatizing movie. But the descriptive headsets worked, and that was at the Lansing Theater. I went with a friend in early September, and I went to the Owasso Theater, and their headsets didn't work, and I got free movie tickets, and I was able to use those when I took my friend to see The Sound of Freedom.
Good.
But the Lansing Theater provided headphones. The Owasso Theater did not. You had to bring your own headphones, which I knew that anyway. And there's no rewind button on them, but there's a volume, and it'll say so and so is changing their clothes, or they describe the scenes and what people are doing. As well. Kind of cool.
Okay. So any other? If there's no more questions about the
And
movie,
you had to show your ID too, and you had to leave your ID too, so they would get their headset back.
yeah, they don't want you to steal the headsets. Which
Oh
you're happy.
no.
So David Sterneman, I don't know if are you still there? There you are.
Yes.
David was telling me that he's done some more of the mobility trials over at U of M and would like to say something about it. So why don't you go ahead, David?
Yeah, I went there about 3 weeks ago on October 29th. It was a Sunday, but what was different from previous times is I went to another place that's just down the street from where they've done the trial inside. It was a pretend city called Michigan City. They have different things set up there that you can interact with, like a bridge, sidewalks, a roundabout, intersection, like a train thing. So I was glad that the team reached out to me again to ask if I wanted to participate. So we did. We worked outside this time, so that was different. It was kind of cold, and thankfully the rain held off till the end. But what we were doing different this time, they made some improvements to their system that they use, which is like a GPS thing, a camera you wear on your head, and you wear earphones that tells you the directions. I've also used a thing that vibrates, but we didn't use that this time. And then you hold what's called it's a computer, but the football on your back. And I would say it took me a little bit since it had been about 1.5 years since I've done it, but once I got some practice, it came back to me. We were simulating after doing some routes of it just telling me different directions, like going to the left or right or rotating. They had never done this before. This is different than the other studies they've done. They hadn't done it on any other participants. But I was the first one to try and use it. They have to work on it, I guess, but they were trying to simulate having me find a autonomous vehicle, and I guess they have to make some tweaks because it didn't work. But I would say there was a few technology glitches, but they were able to get those worked out. So it just had to wait while they were working on that. But I would say it was a good experience again, and I got another $100 Visa gift card.
Can't complain about that.
Yeah, and they were glad to see me again because it was Dr. Whalen and then two of his students that I worked with before. One of them she was the one that was in charge of leading the study. Like Dr. Whalen was still in charge, but he wasn't like the main researcher that was leading the study. And they wanted to get a couple participants in before one of the other researchers left to go to another job. So I don't know if they're still looking for more people, but I would encourage anybody to contact them if they're interested in doing the study, because they need participants like us, because they're trying to use our feedback to help us, because it's going to be for people who are blind, visually impaired. The product, once it becomes a product on the open market, right now it's just they're experimenting with it, and I like hearing audible cues more than just vibrations. So it took about, they said it would take, just with practice and that, it would take about 4 hours, but it took only about 2.5 hours. Maybe they were just trying to keep the weather in mind as well, or they got done what they needed to. So I don't know if I'll do anything with them again in the future, but when I talked to them earlier this week, because they called for some follow-up questions, I said I'd be willing to do another study in the future if they needed it. But sounds like in the recent future, they don't have anything else coming up.
That takes place over at the University of Michigan, right?
Yeah, off of Plymouth Road.
In Ann Arbor, right? Or
yeah.
Okay. Right. So we can put in the notes the contact information for those guys. So if anybody's interested in contacting them to see if they're doing more studies, you can do that.
But yeah, they because I'm one of their continuous participants, I kind of forming a relationship with them now, which is good. So they kind of know what I need.
Right. So David, could you send me in an email or text the most updated information that you have for those guys' contact information? I've had it before. I'm assuming it's the same, but I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, would that be? Do you want Jim's contact information or the other researcher?
Whoever does the scheduling or whoever's like in charge of it. So,
yeah, I should do that.
That'd be great. All righty. Well, I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to go, but you guys are welcome to carry on if you would like. And
Who's leaving?
Kathy's driving. Kathy's driving, so
Roger has to leave.
I have to.
Kathy would like to go outside and get some sunshine. But we have one more
Ask
question
Kathy,
from the.
did she want me to help her drive? I can help with that.
I'm gonna go run around in the sunshine. You want to come outside?
Where are
and
you
run
at? I
around in the
was out
sunshine
with-
with me?
No,
Sounds like it's
you
raining
go.
someplace. Sounds like it's raining someplace.
Oh, Roger, we have one more question from the floor. You had
Okay.
made a comment earlier about getting the disability discount on the ticket price.
Right.
Were you referring to Amtrak or Flixbus or?
Amtrak mainly. I don't know about
Okay.
Flixbus if they
No,
have.
I just checked Flixbus. They don't even give a child rate. A seat is a seat.
Right. So I know that Amtrak does. And, Amtrak, I really have been impressed with Amtrak because
Yeah.
when I have talked to those folks, they are on it in terms of knowing. They've even called me and said, "Hey, I got this reservation. Are you sure that this person needs to come on Thursday?" And I was like, "No, he needs to come Friday." And so, okay, we'll change it, And it's like, I mean, they have done a great job, especially with our group that comes from Detroit on the Amtrak train to really take care of them. And so, and our folks and the folks down here in Battle Creek do a great job too. So I would encourage you to take the train. I was glad to hear that Tyrone made it to summer camp on Flix, but I was sad just to hear about Andrea's bad experience. So, it's kind of a new thing, I guess, and hopefully they'll get the bugs worked out. But for Muskegon, it was a good option, I think. But and Carrie, you're still on the line. I'm assuming you're talking to Reggie.
Yeah, Roger, it
Who
was
is
a
that?
good, it was a good fix for us at least, and
Yeah, it was a great deal. It was a good deal just to get there,
and we were able to pick Tyrone up, and kind of interesting. They said it was supposed to be the Muskegon laundromat, but it ended up being at the McDonald's, which is next door to it. So no big deal.
So
This is Mary. If there are people who want me to talk to Reggie about a price, understanding that the summer camp thing was not his fault.
No, it was not. That was
scooters went down at the rental place.
Yep.
And it couldn't get the bus. That means the van the day before, and they had to sit and wait for that day. So anybody who had an issue with that, you need to understand that technology rules, and without the technology, companies sometimes cannot do anything. They don't have a plan B. But,
that was definitely the rental fault. It was not anybody else's fault for that whole fiasco. But we were glad to accommodate anyway. You guys got there, and that was good.
Yeah,
I think there's definitely
very good care of us. I enjoyed myself so much. I really did. So I'm looking forward to winter camp. So is Daryl. So if anybody wants to,
I think they do. They definitely want you to help coordinate Reggie again.
okay, I will do that, and I will work on a price. And all I need for Kathy, you or Roger or someone to call me and tell me how many people I'm working with.
I don't know. The usual?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard for us to know how anybody wants to travel.
It might be easier for them to contact you directly, Terry.
That's usually the easiest way for
Okay, well, give my phone number out. If anybody calls you talking about they want to ride with Reggie, if they don't have my number, you are more than happy to give it to you. Everybody, my number is 313-919-1283. That's 313-919-1283. And I'll be happy to work on it so we can plan to get this done. And if I'm not mistaken, the arrival time is 4 o'clock, just like at summer camp, or is it earlier?
Yeah, 3 to 4 is fine.
3 to 4, okay, no problem. Okay.
So
all right.
Great. Now Don had his hand up.
Yeah.
We'll catch you
Yeah.
before we go, or before I go
I,
anyway.
I just wondering, Roger, before you take off, how is your knee doing?
Well, pretty good. I'm let's see, Monday will be 4 weeks, and I'm not using any kind of cane much every once in a while, but I'm not 100% by any stretch, but you know, I don't have any pain really, walking around good. So
Oh, good, good. Glad to hear it.
Getting there.
Kathy, why did you take your knee?
Pardon?
All right, this is Rosemary, guys. I'm gonna leave you.
Okay.
So have a good
I think we're
Thanksgiving
probably all-
and happy
Rosemary,
holiday.
call me later on. This is Angela.
Yeah.
What?
I told Rosemary to call me later on. This is Angela.
Is that Angela? Okay, I'll call
Yeah.
you later. Or
Yes.
you can call
Okay.
me Angela, either way.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna hang up.
Bye.
All
Thank you,
right.
Roger.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Kathy.
everybody. Have a
Bye.
great
Everybody
Thanksgiving.
hanging up?
Yep. Have a good day.
Okay.
Hey, Kathy,
you
what's
too.
the
Bye-bye.
temperature?
Huh?
What's the temperature out there?
It looks like 60. My
Probably
phone says
45.
45.
45, okay. Because we're in the 50s, so I was just wondering
Oh,
what
yeah.
it was out in Michigan. It's
Yeah,
not November.
50 feels like 45, but that sunshine's calling me.
Yes.
Sunshine is nice, that's for sure.
Enjoy your guys'
don't let it fool
time.
you.
Bye. Safe
Thanks,
travel.
Kristen. Thanks for
Good to
coming.
see you.
God bless.
All right.